I worked my whole life for this one.
The views and opinions of your boy Derrick are those of the host and does not necessarily reflect that of the Nighthawk Network or the views and opinions of its associate members. Viewer and listening discretion is advised.
Hey, bitches.
No, shorty, I got this one. I'm your boy Derrick, and it's time for the remix.
Once again, coming to you live from Baltimore, Maryland, it's the remix with your boy Derrick. Now let's talk about it.
What's up, y'all? Good evening, and good evening. You know, I'm your boy Derrick. We here for the remix. What's going on? Happy Thursday to everybody. We're gonna just talk about some things tonight. Just have a good time and chill and be in that zone. You know, I know you guys are sitting there saying, well, "Damn, you've been on an awful lot this week." But I have a lot to do. I have to help Helena promote her show on Saturday, which I hope you guys are going to come and be a part of. Also have to I have to excuse me, y'all. I hope I'm not catching cold. I also have to get Helena ready for her anniversary show on Monday. So bitch been busy, honey. I'm trying to tell you, I started cutting up vegetables and stuff today for Saturday because Saturday is the show, and it's like I got a homegoing service to go to in the morning. I'm like, Lord, and it's black people, so God knows this homegoing service might can go till 3 o'clock. But girl, I can't be there till no 3 o'clock. Praise the Lord. I got so we're gonna do that. What anyway? I do have a guest that's with us tonight. I'll let him introduce himself. I actually, since there's so much going on, I decided on this platform as well as Hey Bitches to actually bring people on and introduce them to you guys, so you get to know. Hey, I'm Amy. Know these people. So I'm gonna bring this young man on. I say young because we all young at heart. We may not be young in those digits, but honey, I'm still 20. No, I'm not. I ain't gonna tell that lie. I do not even feel like I'm 21. I'm trying to tell you. Hey,
Hello, how are you?
I'm doing fine. How are you, sir?
I'm fine. I can't complain. I'm just excited about Saturday.
Oh, I'm like overly excited if you can be that. You know, it's something different. it's something different to be. It's good to be in a show, but the show hit a little differently when it's your show. So I'm like,
Right.
in this zone trying to cross all these T's and dot all these I's and all that carrying on. And let me tell you something. You want to hear something funny? Let me tell you something funny. I called myself in here today, was doing my costume, blah 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 blah. Child, he I cut the damn dress too short.
Okay. You try and show a little
Yeah,
something, something.
I was like, wait a minute, honey, I'm gonna have to go from what I wanted to be and go to the AARP hooker or something. But I mean, I have enough stuff here. I can I'm not. I just have to make sure that I have some sort of a costume on since I'm asking people to wear costumes. So I have to. Everybody knows Helena, so if I wear certain things, they be like, "Bitch, that is not a costume."
Right.
So take time and introduce yourself to everybody and give us your credentials and your hellos and your lottie dot das and the body bye byes.
Hello, how are you everybody? My name is Tim. On stage I create the illusion of Shantae Fox. I'm from Philadelphia. In Philadelphia, I'm the illusion that causes confusion. Um and when I say confused, it's not
Good
drama or
confusion or bad
anything.
confusion. Okay.
I'm sorry. What'd you say,
I say
ma'am?
good confusion or bad confusion. Good confusion or
Well, it's a
bad
little bit of
confusion.
both. It's a little bit of both.
Oh,
Me, I
okay.
don't do drama, but my illusion causes
I
drama
don't.
because a lot of
Oh,
people
mine have
are
too. I'm trying to tell you.
a lot of people are very attracted to Tim. But you know that old saying, you never let a drag queen on your back. And people in the LGBT community
Say,
literally
wait a minute.
live by that.
Say that again.
People in the LGBTQ community literally live by that. So there's a lot of
I thought you
confusion
just said the
because
old saying, "You never let a drag queen on your back."
that's what I just said. Yes, ma'am.
Oh, but I don't deal
So
with
when
them
you
people.
see me as a guy, I'm a masculine gay male. But the illusion that I create is the complete opposite of what I give as a person from day to day. So
Right.
that causes a lot of confusion. It's not like I run around causing drama because actually I'm professional. I come in, I get the job done, I mingle with people, and I'm out. So, I bring fun, I bring energy to the show. The confusion seems to be with the community because the gay community has a tendency to put everybody in boxes and they
Honey, I
try
got
to
out that box
fit
a
you
long
in.
time ago.
Right. They try to put you in boxes according to stereotypes or what they're familiar with. And I'm a unique individual, so I don't really fit into a specific box.
As in being in this business going on 25 years, I started out not being in nobody's box, and I've never. I don't. I tell my children, and as you know by now, I have quite a few of them. I have close to 57 children.
Hmm.
One thing I don't do, and I teach my children to do, we don't ever beg to be on nobody's goddamn show.
Right.
Can't be on that show? Create your own damn show. It's not that hard. Everybody's doing drag bunches now. Shit.
Right. That is true.
So
Philadelphia.
I always try to be outside the box because as you notice, I noticed that everybody was doing drag brunch. I said that's cool for them. So let me do a day party that's in between the evening and right after that. By the time they get their drag brunch will be over.
Right.
It's I don't know. Drag has drastically changed since I started. Let me put it that way. I'm not gonna get
You and me
into the
both.
shoulda, woulda, couldas, the good parts, the bad parts, but yeah, it's I mean, and what you was talking about earlier, I have that issue, but the issue is weird because I have guys. who want to date Helena but don't want to date Derrick, and vice versa.
Yes, God.
I'm like,
My
child, I'm not going through that. You cannot get one without the other. I'm sorry.
right. So
You
you
know.
kind of understand
Oh
dating is a different thing for me because I find people that are really into Tim and then they find out about Shantae and they can't take it.
no,
And I've been
because once, like you said earlier, once they find out about Shantae, they automatically want to put you in the box.
exactly
They automatically want to tell you that you want to be a woman. They automatically want to
right,
tell you that you're a bottom. They automatically want to tell you that
right,
you should be submissive. Baby,
right.
I go down that same road, and that's one of the reasons why I'm single to this day. Praise be to God. You know, I pride myself in my integrity. And my integrity as Helena hologram, that bitch is a hoot and a holler. I'm trying to tell you. Um, I've actually been through a lot as Helena. I drank like a fish. Praise be to God. But I'm 5 years alcoholic now. Alcohol free. So I haven't been
That's
alcohol in
great.
5 years. You know, Helena has when Helena came into my life, that's when I became my true authentic self.
Hmm. Um, my experience was different. Um, my best friend, who was my gay mother, Monique Lamore, um, had started doing drag and let me in on it. And I sew and I dance. So when Cliff decided that he wanted, when Monique decided she wanted to start, doing pageants,
Hmm.
I choreographed the talents and I made the dance costumes. And then my lover decided he wanted to do it. Now, when I got into it, it was supposed to be comedy, and we had an entertainer that we had promised Ronnie Carroll a certain amount of entertainers at the Renaissance, and somebody backed out 2 weeks ahead of time. So I just threw some things together, and what was supposed to be comedy stole the show, and that's actually how I started performing.
Actually,
I
see,
was like,
and see, our paths are similar but so different. Because see, my the difference between me and a lot of people is I didn't come out until I was almost 30.
oh,
I'm talking a wife and 3 children later.
I understand.
You know what I'm saying? So
I understand.
that's why I said that once I came out, and then once Helena became a part of my life, then that's when I became my true authentic self.
I will say this: in my 27 years of performing, being Shantae and experiencing certain things really made me grow as Tim.
Yeah, most definitely.
And it also changed how I look at women, even though I'm no longer interested. But I mean, the experience is just it humbled me a lot because I got a chance to see a lot of truths and realities about life, especially in our community.
You know what? When you said that, when I first came out, I had 2 guys. We were like road dogs. I mean, how you have those road dogs. You go out, and this week you pay, and then the next week your homeboy pay, and then the next week the other person paying. Every week somebody can't drink because they got to be the designated driver. Those kind of homeboys. But one night they came to the Mardi Gras and saw me doing drag, and has not spoken to me since. And that was almost 20 years ago.
Okay, what I don't get about it is we're all born naked. Alina, what's that you puffing on?
My herbal essence, honey. I need my herbal essence. I don't have a lot of,
Baby, we gonna get along just fine.
but no, I
But
mean the journey is different, and that, and I was freshly out. You know what I'm saying? I mean, I think Helena was created maybe. I'm guessing, I could be wrong. I think Helena was created maybe 4 years after I officially came out. And she was
Okay.
created on a dare from my best friend, because at the time Shauna was having this thing at the Mardi Gras called the Miss Zodiac pageant.
Mm-hmm.
And a friend of hers called me and told me, and I asked her, could I be in? Chad, when I went up there, Tim, let me tell you something, honey. My beginnings are humble can be. Do you hear me? Child, I went up there, didn't know nothing about nothing, honey. The only thing I knew, I had my words to my song. I took the Caucasian girl who worked with me. She went up there to do my makeup, so I was Maybelline down, honey. You could imagine, honey. And I mean, and then after that, it was like, it was a day for my best friend. He gave me my stage name. Um, and it's weird because my very second drag show I ever did, my ex-wife and my sister-in-law were my backup dancers, which is this. Some people think it's weird, but I know for a fact that her and I are better as parents now than when we were married.
Right.
So I mean, honey, when I tell you, like I was telling somebody today in the room, I was like, well, I guess it's gonna be us. I said because I'm a real no nonsense kind of person, and sometimes I'm gonna say it, and if somebody don't like it, I don't give a fuck because I'm grown. Um, when you're a show director, you put things out there for a reason. You know what I'm saying? If you say ABC, if you say this, because my reason for saying that I wanted the music yesterday was because I was gonna have the lineup today, and I don't know, maybe and you got the message the same time everybody else did, but you send your music early. I mean, was it like the same day I send a message on Wednesday say I want your music today, or was it a couple days prior to Wednesday?
Um, I think I sent it
Oh,
the day before.
you
The
said
day
you
before.
said you said that you sent your music the day before I even asked for the message, before I send the message.
Right.
Right. Yeah, that's my girlfriend Amy. I mean, I've known her for like, she know me in my, as I tell people, don't laugh at me, Tim. As I tell people, you know how when we was younger, little boys was coming out being who they were, and people like, oh, he going through a phase. I told them when I was a heterosexual, I was going through a heterosexual phase. It just took me a long time to get out of it. So you're gonna be a special guest on Saturday. What do you have in store for us?
Well, look, I like to have fun with the crowd. I like to play with the crowd. I like to laugh and joke with the crowd. I'll just say I'm a big ball of energy. I like to get your crowd up and lifted and having a good time. So definitely expect that
Oh
every
well,
time I hit the stage.
child, they're expecting that we I don't know, we just do things a little differently. But the one thing I do love about my crowd is they're honest. You know what I'm saying? To the point that if they like you, they like you,
And if they don't,
and
they don't.
bitch, if they don't, they don't, and you just get the fuck over it and move on.
Right. Well, I'll say,
That's what I try to teach a lot of these younger ones. But they expect every time they hit the stage, it's an audience of 200 people, and everybody in the audience is going to like them. I said, "Oh, girl, good luck with that one."
well, I try to. That's why I asked when I initially talked to you, what was the age group of the people that were attending the show? So I
Your
would know
song,
what.
your songs are perfect for the age group.
Right. I
That's what
sat
I.
down and I really thought about it. And I
Yeah,
was like, okay,
that's what I pride myself in. Tailoring my music to my crowd.
you're supposed to.
Yeah, yeah, we know that.
Any chance I get, I mean, it's Pride 365.
Yeah,
Proud the things that
yeah,
I'm doing for the show
yeah. You know, and that's what
revolve
I'm talking
around.
about. Like I explained to my viewer last night. When I say Pride 365, it's a universal thing. I'm not saying it in no gay sense at all. I'm saying have pride in being a mother, have pride in being a father, have pride in anything.
Mhm.
You should have that. Try to have that pride 365 days out of a year. So that's why I'm entitled to Pride 365, and we have a very large. I'm gonna say probably 70% of my audience is heterosexual women. I love performing for straight women.
I hope people don't say that take this as shit, but I'm gonna say it anyway. I'm used to getting a good response from all crowds, but those events that we book in heterosexual venues with heterosexual crowds, they show us a different kind of respect than our own kind.
Every time. And you know what? When they show that respect and you get that compliment from them, it means so much more.
It does to me, um, because of the amount of work that I have to put in to create that illusion. Like I'm not as small as I was when I first started doing this.
Hmm.
So for me to go from this to the illusion that I create, that's amazing for me. It takes a lot of work. So for somebody straight, gay, anything in between, to
Oh,
come to me and give me my life over my hard work, I love it, and it motivates me to come back next time and give them more.
I my let me tell you, my you're gonna fall in love with this crowd, and this crowd is gonna fall in love with you. Because, honey, I'm the queen bitch of the mic, and I tell them all, if you sensitive, this may not be the fucking show for you to be at, but you can't get your money back because you already paid to get in. But I'm coming. You know what I'm saying? There's no refunds. But I mean, we just have fun, you know. Like hope my girlfriend not watching, but like Saturday at the show, I'ma actually pull somebody out the audience in their Halloween costume and let them lip sync for a song.
That's hard.
That's the kind of audience I have that they be like, "Oh no, Helena, no you didn't." I'm like, "Girl, play the song, DJ." She was so yeah, we're gonna do that. Just I like for the audience always interact. They are very interactive audience, and they I mean I have like whenever I do something, I know X amount of people that's always gonna be there. Please, no matter what. And they are my they have been loyal supporters of Helena Hologram constantly, consistently.
So they're your
Had to be,
regulars.
yeah, it had to be for at least the last 6 years.
That's great.
And then every time they come, they bring more people with them. You know, like say when they first came, it was 10 of them. Now when they come, it's like 20 of them. So this time when they come, it might be 20. I'm like, I'm here for it, and they know I'm crazy. They know I know they crazy, so we just be crazy together.
Right.
It's a light atmosphere, very calming, very respectful, drama free, and I live for it.
That's perfect. That is all perfect for me.
You know, I go outside. I go outside while the children on, and I have a little time with my herbal essence to bring me to that
Yeah.
space. Yeah, I'll be good to go. Yeah, I need that.
So I know when I see you hitting it for an exit, that follow right along behind you.
That whenever you see her laying, that's why I will make sure we're not close together on the lineup. You know what I'm saying? So
Okay.
if I go out and smoke, you can go out and smoke too. That sort of thing.
That's beautiful.
And then having a cordless mic, only thing I need to do is look in the door and say, "Bring it to the stage now, all the way from over there." Yeah, we can do all that. we ain't got. But yeah, we got. I have that, and then I have my 1 year anniversary of my show, Hey Bitches, which is Monday. I'm like excited, like super. I mean, like super excited. Doing a
Mm.
podcast for a whole year is a blessing,
Indeed, it is.
and it was a big help to me dealing with the corona thing. Being able to not actually see people, but being able to see people but not be in their presence. That was cool for me. I met a lot of cool people with my Hey Bitches podcast. Some of them come to my shows, and when they can't come to the shows, they'll like buy a ticket or whatever. So the podcast has been a blessing to me, and I'm praying that next year I'm gonna work out something with my videographer. I don't know how I'm gonna do that, but I actually want to work out something where I can do this and have a live
Well,
audience.
I'm actually just getting back on stage because of my fear of corona. And that's simply because, I went through the coronavirus experience.
Hmm.
And baby, I don't ever want to go through that again.
Right.
I don't ever want to go through that again. So I was supposed to return back to performing in July.
Hmm.
And the closer it got to July, the more I started pushing bookings back.
Right.
Started pushing them back, pushing. But I finally made up my mind. This is what I do, and this is what I want to do.
Hmm.
You, I got all my shots. I'm healthy. Let me go ahead and get out here because it's been a year and a half.
Yeah, because I think my first show back was last month's show. I mean,
Yeah.
that was actually a show. I did a couple of, as I call, hit 'em and quit 'em. Here, you go and do a number, you leave or whatever. But September was my first big show. But my venue that I have it at, um I only allow 50 people in there.
Right.
And masks are required. And yeah, I mean, it's just like I think you're gonna fall in love with them, and they're gonna fall in love with you.
Well, I love that because
And then plus, there's not many children that I perform with who has been around as long as us.
right. It's that conversation that I had with you about which entertain were out when I was running around in Baltimore, and to hear how many of them are gone now. It
Yeah, I
just
go.
that was
Y'all don't judge me for this. Okay, there we go. They say but in my area Miss Xfinity, she just acts up when she wants to. So I take it with a grain of salt. Long as she working on Monday next Tuesday, I'm good with it. So yeah, guys, my anniversary is Monday. 1 years. It's gonna be maybe a two and a half, two and an hour, 2 hours and a half show, maybe 3 hours. I have the first half of my special guest is my fashion guru, Miss Sally DeMarco. She's gonna talk to us about the fashion trends for 2022, and then I have my leather community guru, my brother. He will be here talking about leather community stuff. So that's for most definitely for only grown people. So if you can't handle the heat, I'd
stay out of
advise
the
you
kitchen.
stay out of the kitchen, honey, because the kitchen is gonna be operational. I'm trying to tell you. So, and then in my second hour, I'm having all of my co-hosts who co-host shows here on the Nighthawk Network. We all gonna get together and reminisce and talk about my year. I don't. Look. I don't do the roast and stuff. People. I'll roast somebody, but bitch, I'm not gonna be roasted. I'm not that person. But anyway, we all. We. I ain't gonna tell me like Helene can roast too. Girl, no. I'm not. No, girl. Girl, that's not. No, that's not for me, honey. If you choose to let somebody roast you, you go right ahead and have fun. I can't do it. So are you back doing shows in Philly now?
Um, I have the opportunity to,
Uh,
but being as though I'm relocating out of Philly,
hmm.
and I will be relocating to Maryland. I'm trying to get a foothold in a new area.
Right, right,
So
right,
most of my bookings are everywhere but Philly
right,
because I'm about to leave the city.
right.
Um,
Is there a big drag community in Philly?
yes, yes, it is. And it's getting larger and larger by the second.
So
And
I take it. So I take it Philly is very competitive.
that's a word. Um, I'll put it like this. Um, Philly is a young community.
Oh, okay, 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 okay.
It's only specific older. It's only specific older queens that they entertain,
Right,
and those are
right.
the ones that are basically the ones that are booking shows.
Okay.
Um, could I get into could I get into these shows? Yes. Um, do I feel all the extra that comes with working in Philly is worth what I'm getting paid for these shows?
Mm-hmm.
No. So whereas to I once loved the scene in Philly,
Mm-hmm.
Philly is terrible. Um, now as far as the venues and the jobs that you can get, it's fab. But the cancel culture in Philly runs the city. And it's a whole and I mean that's the scene everywhere you go, but Philly is just baby, if you're not kissing the ass or you're not sleeping with somebody, half as many doors are going to be open for you.
Mm. Yeah.
And I don't lay with nobody for money or bookings.
Mm-mm.
I'm not kissing nobody's ass for money or bookings.
Never have, never will. Sorry.
I'm talented
I've
enough.
never subscribed to that.
Right. I'm talented enough that just about everywhere I go, they
So
like
what's
me.
bigger? So what's bigger there, the drag scene or the ballroom scene?
The ballroom scene.
And see, I know nothing. I mean, I have um nieces and nephews in the ballroom scene. House mothers, and my nephew, the crown prince of the ballroom scene. But I know, I know, shit, I know. But to be honest with you, I know very little about Philly gay life. Period. I know nothing. I know
Well,
nothing about the bars. I mean, I've done as far as Delaware. I've done Jersey, but I've never hit Philly.
well, it's like this. Philly, there are a lot of drag shows, but Philly's not a drag city.
Right. Now I know this one guy. I don't know his name. He had booked me for something up there, and somehow this person and the federal government had some words with each other, and the booking was canceled. I said, "Well, okay." I said, "Well, Lord, well, I'm glad I knew before I got up there, and then I would have been up there looking dumb." So I've never even. The only thing I know about Philly, and I know on the regular, is the pin relays.
Well, Philly is a beautiful city. The job and education opportunities here are over. Um, but Philly is a very cliquey city, and if you don't fit into any of the cliques, they're not using. Ballroom. I walked ballroom for 17 years.
Oh wow.
Male figure and female figure categories. I won my share of trophies, but again, I wasn't into any of the crowds. I wasn't with the drug crowd. Wasn't with the sex crowd. I just basically showed up and walked and went home.
And you know, and
I kind
actually that's almost hey butter love, how you actually that's almost the same way I am with the with where I am with my drag, because very rarely um once every blue moon, but very rarely will I ever leave a show as Helena.
that is one of my things too. But I show up as Tim and I do my work and mingle with the crowd afterwards. To
Yeah, I
see if
don't.
there's
It's
any
just, I mean,
particular.
it's just something I do sometimes. Like now when I go home to Annapolis, um, that's 50-50. Most of the time when I go home to Annapolis, I'm like, look, let's get in the car. I need to go to the Royal Farm store so I can get. I need to go to Wawa so I can get my sub. But it's just I don't know. It's just something that I do, and it's cool for me. I mean, I don't have nothing against the girls who go home and drag. Shit, I used to do it too. But shit, I be trying to get that shit. They call me the quick change artist, honey. Cause you turn your back, bitch, and Derrick is there. I am right there. You be like, damn, where you come from?
I
But
know.
the, but the culture here, I don't I know very little about the when I say very little, I mean you could put it on this nail about the ballroom scene. Um,
It's a
I
it's a different experience for everybody.
yeah, I
Just
perform
because
for
that's my experience doesn't necessarily mean that would be your experience with Philadelphia.
yeah. I mean, I'm very I'm well, I thank God that I'm very respected in the ballroom scene. So I mean, as not as a person in the ballroom, they just respect me as Helena. So I'm cool with that. I know
Well, you
me and my nephew, we're trying to work out something to try to here in Baltimore there is a slight gap between the drag community and the ballroom community. So we're trying to find out what is.
well, it's a show in New York that mixes ballroom with drag shows, and it's doing really well.
Yeah, we tried that. We tried that a couple of times here, but I don't know. Maybe we need to have a symposium or something first because it it I mean it was like if you know the drag show is at 9 and you know it's over, hypothetically it's over at 11, and but most of the ballroom shows they go get there till 12, so that's kind of like defeating the purpose.
I was just getting ready to say that.
So I'm like, well, we need to go about this another way, um because that has been laid out to the point that it's like no matter which way you do it, if you do the ball first, then when the ballroom children finish, they probably gonna leave and ain't gonna stay for the drag show, and vice versa. So I don't know. I mean, back in the day, from when I told they used to actually have drag performance category at balls.
Right.
So
They
that's why
don't do
I'm
that often anymore.
right, but that's why I'm trying to figure out where did the disconnect come, considering that the drag community was a part of the ballroom scene.
Well, a large part of the disconnect is region to region, certain regions go up for certain categories and some don't. Like if you go like south to the Carolinas or further down, they're all about drag. But as you come up north, they respect it less.
But you know one thing, I'm gonna say this, and listen, honey, I'm not I on either one of my shows it's one topic that I tread very lightly around, and that's the trans community.
You said the treasury.
The trans community.
You
Um,
better.
I know, yeah, yeah, child, because everybody be ready to hang a bitch. But I noticed down up north, and see, I have to now listen, bitches. You know how my mouth is, but I have to phrase things so I can put them properly, because you know in our community we call it one thing, but that can be considered derogatory. So let me say this, say it like this: up this area we have more drag queen performers than we do.
Trans performers.
Yeah, and it seemed like the further south you go, the more trans performers you have compared to drag performers,
Yes.
especially in Georgia. Good Lord of mercy, honey.
Yes, God.
I just came from down there, honey. It's sad, but you know some clubs, if you don't have that name or you're not trans, they're not gonna let you perform that period.
And that's true.
Now, if you happen to not be a trans girl, but bitch, you got that motherfucking name, honey, they won't deny you, bitch.
Right.
But you know, you can't be a up and coming and think you gonna just knock on that. So, I mean, you know what? Let me tell you something. It is what it is. I have learned how to adapt to whatever situation that I'm faced with.
Well,
And see, now listen, Tim. Now listen. I'm ready to bring up. I'm ready to bring up a comment. Okay. I
okay.
don't want you. I don't want you to say nothing. I want you to look at the comment. We're gonna take a commercial, and when we come back, we're gonna go at it. Okay.
Okay.
We're gonna look at the comment. We're not gonna say no. We're gonna go to commercial. You see it?
Mm-mm.
Okay. The comment is, but is trans women considered drag? Say nothing. We're gonna go to commercial. We're gonna come back and we're gonna talk about that thing right there.
Why is my
Please join the one and only Helena Hologram for a special 2-day celebration of the 1-year anniversary of her show, Hey Bitches Live. In part 1 of the celebration, on November 1st, join H2 at Hey Bitches Live at her new start time, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. She will bring back some of our favorite guests from seasons 1 and 2. And later that night, she will be joined by members of the Nighthawk Network to celebrate as well. On November 2nd, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, Helena will perform as part of a special Zoom concert featuring special tributes to you, her loyal fans. This is the 1-year celebration of Hey Bitches Live, November 1st and 2nd, at the new start time, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. See you there. Hey Bitches Live. Now we have something to talk about.
All right, welcome back, and welcome back to the remix with your boy Derrick. I got my home guy Tim here tonight. He's also going to be a special guest for Saturday. I forgot to say this earlier, y'all. Please forgive me. I want to give a big shout out to my sponsors, the Nighthawk Network. Big ups to Buck, Eric Buckner. Thank you very much, and to the Washington Consulting Group. Thank you. Because if it wasn't for you all, you guys, it wouldn't be no me. But I'm here, bitches. Okay, okay. So the statement lies before us, and it reads as thus: But is trans women considered drag?
No, absolutely not. And don't ever call a trans woman a drag. Ever. She'll injure your nuts.
You know what? And like my my friend Mr. Jackson said right here, I've called them showgirls, show ladies, show women, whatever, because a lot of people are a lot I know a lot of young people, and just like I tell myself, but you have to realize, I remember when there was a time when the trans community didn't want the T on LBG because they said that if you put that on there, then people will consider them gay. They don't consider themselves gay; they consider themselves heterosexual.
Hmm.
But now it's added on to the LBGTQRABCDUEFGHIJ plus
Elemental
community.
P.
Yeah, the alphabet children. Yeah. So I have never, and I'm gonna tell you, they come. You gotta excuse me, Tim. I'm not down with all. I mean, I'm respectful as they come, but you know what? I'm trying to. I have not gotten used to the cisgender, the misgender, the non-binary.
Look,
I'm not there yet. I have people come to me from the heterosexual. They say, "So Helena, what?" I say, "Girl, I don't know. You better Google it."
that's the reason why I'm not working for one of the companies that produces shows in Philadelphia. Because I was going through the training for for the new injuries,
Right.
people who are interested in being a part of the company, and we were going over different things that we would be touching bases on, and these young kids have completely changed the definition of what trans is, and they lashing out at us that we're here before they decided to switch up the meanings of what these words mean. Now, to this new generation coming out, a trans a trans person was always somebody that was transferring or transforming from the gender they were born as to the gender that they should have been born as. So I made a comment. I'm glad that y'all are going over this because me being a man in my 40s, I'm gay and I'm not nervous about speaking in the gay arena because things that didn't offend us 10 years ago offend the hell out of these young kids now. So I like the trans struggle was very important for me. The first 4 years, 3 or 4 years of the Philadelphia Transgender Conference, I was the only butch queen in there with all them trans girls, speaking up for them, representing, letting people know they're people too. You know what I'm saying? Don't look at them different or less than a person. This man, this woman has just as much right to exist as you do. So I made a comment. I have so many friends that are male to female trans or female to male trans, and I've seen the things that they've had to go through. So I don't want to offend anybody using the word trans. Now, this child that was supposed to have been one of the mediators for this training popped out of line and handed me my ass for me saying male to female trans and female to male trans. If those people were here before you, if they were the original trans, how does it offend you of me referring to what originally is and always will be trans people who are leaving their assigned birth sex and going to the sex they feel they should have been born as, or the sex that they feel like when they're in their skin every day? Who are you to get offended of? Because I have friends that have lived that way a majority of their lives, and I stick up for them. Who are you to disrespect me?
It's just like you say, it's a different day and it's a different time. And I like I said, I have sisters that are my sisters. I don't know. It's just me. I don't I don't call people trans men or trans women. I call them men and women. I just it becomes such a delicate conversation. Well, this is what Tommy said. I think, and that's a real good idea, Tommy. I think promoters should advertise them as such, featured showgirl. Then yeah. I mean, because I guess I don't know, because you call the wrong lady a damn drag queen, she might beat the shit out you. So I
And
think
that's real. Because
so I think people need to know that we are not the same. We're doing the same thing, but we're two separate entities.
you just don't know how many of them older queens I've seen pour hammers and ice picks and stuff out there, pocketbooks over the boys calling them drags.
Yeah, it gets and that's why I said earlier. It's honey, when I tell you that's one subject that I yeah, and because sometimes you got to pick your battles, and because I am visible and I am who I am, I have to pick my because I have a trans son, and he was on the show, and he had said, I don't know how it came up, but we'd asked him how do he identify, and he said he identified as bisexual, which I like fell out of my chair. I was like, but I I wasn't ready for that. But anyway, so it is most definitely a very delicate subject. I like I say, I'll talk about it and I'll get somewhat bold when I have them here to represent themselves. But like I say, times have changed that much. Hey, good evening, Tracy. The young children, some feel they have entitlement. They forget people knocked down walls and bled out on stages, so can jump on
So they
stage.
can so that
What's
they
wrong?
could be there.
Yeah, but they and it's like unfortunately, in our community, the gay community, the black gay community, the black community, it's like respect for those who've been there before us, respect for those who did that for us is like non-existent. And I do thank God because in this community, no matter what community you're in, I thank God that I am respected. But bitch, you're gonna have the naysayers, girl. That's people who make much. People who make
What
five
happened
and
to the
six,
volume?
seven. Right. people who make millions and millions more than us have fucking naysayers. So that don't move me. Actually, it's it actually gives me life. I'm like, okay, girl. So when are you doing? When are you planning on transitioning from there to here?
The spring. I'll have
Oh, okay.
everything situated by spring. So I'll be a resident of Maryland around March.
Okay. He said, is it better, Tracy? He said my sound was a little muffled. I don't want to be muffled. Y'all got to hear what I have to say, honey.
Something's
How
going on
you
with my
been, Tracy?
sound.
That's my Philly buddy right there.
I can't hear you.
He was supposed to been telling me where the when the good well guys, we having a problem with my mic. So we might have to end. Can y'all I need somebody am I sounding muffled? Testing, let me see something. Audio. Testing, 1, 2, 3. Testing, 1, 2, 3.
I was back.
Is it
Somebody
back?
tried to. Yeah, I could see your lips moving, but I couldn't hear a word you were saying.
Oh, okay. Well, yeah, I'm so sorry, but like I said, that's that's a that's a very sensitive topic, and now it seems like all communities are getting so damn sensitive over shit.
Over every
Um,
fucking thing.
it's like, I mean, when the fuck did everybody become so damn sensitive? You blue? Don't call me blue. What the hell is wrong with you? I don't. I sit back. I look at my daughters. I look at my grandchildren. I was like, wow, there's a big difference. But I mean, I don't know. I like to tell people there's a lot of things in life that I think um, um, due to change. But respect is something that should be universal and should never need to be tampered with. That's just respect. But it's like everybody's like throwing it out the damn window.
Well, that's why over the last 10 years or so, okay, a lot of the people that I work for got upset because the rest of the entertainers will sit and put all the money that they just earned from the show back into the bar. After the show, they'll just sit at the bar and drink all their money up.
Mm,
Number one, I really don't drink like that anymore. And number two, once I come and give you my services, the money that you pay me for my services is mine. Why do you have the audacity to get upset because I'm not spending the money that I just earned in your bar?
mm.
That will make me a complete fucking idiot because I come to your bar to perform for free and then give you all your money back.
Right. That doesn't make sense.
That's not good logic to me.
Not good logic to me either.
It's like this. I'm not 17 no more. I'm not trying to impress nobody. I
Nope.
don't have anybody to prove anything to. So no, I'm not going to sit up under y'all and spend 50, 60, $70 on just to try to get in good with management or
Oh no.
bartenders. I'm not
Nah.
doing that.
I've never been that person. I'm grateful that I've never been that person. I'm never gonna be that person. But guys, we're gonna get ready to call it a night because I have some things to finish doing for Saturday. I still have to find a costume, but I do think I have the costume situated, so I'm good with that. But guys, thank you for joining us. Like I said, this is the remix with your boy Derrick. That's our guest this evening, Mr. Tim. He'll be there Saturday, but he won't be there as Tim. So when you see him Saturday, y'all know who the cast is. You'll know who he is when we'll be there Saturday. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna let you guys go. We thank you very much for being here with us, and remember that bitch anniversary is Monday, so She gonna act a donkey. So y'all have a good night. Thank you, Tim.
You're welcome. Y'all have a nice night.